Good evening. You're watching Independent News. I am Sakawat Khan. We begin as usual with the headlines. Bangladesh asks Pakistan to apologize for the genocide carried out during the War of Liberation. Foreign Minister Deepa Moni makes the call to her counterpart Hina Rabbani Khar today. BNP leaders criticize the government for blaming Dr Yunus without any basis. Awami League Joint General Secretary Hanif says Mohit's statement is entirely personal. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina accuses vested quarters of plotting to disrupt peace in the country. The Home Minister urges young people to remain alert against attempts at anarchy. Bangladesh has urged Pakistan to apologize for the genocide carried out during the War of Liberation in 1971. Foreign Minister Deepa Moni made the call to her counterpart Hina Rabbani Khar at a meeting in the capital today. However, the visiting Pakistani Foreign Minister made no clear response. Instead, she said that it is time for both countries to forget the past and to move forward.
Hina Rabbani Khar arrived in Dhaka on a brief visit this morning. Foreign Secretary Mizarul Qais welcomed her at the airport. From the airport, Hina Rabbani met Deepa Moni at the Foreign Ministry for a half-an-hour meeting. During the meeting, Deepa Moni raised the issue of a Pakistani apology. Bangladesh also demanded its rightful share of resources from Pakistan and asked Pakistan to take its stranded nationals back to the country. However, Hina made no clear response to issues raised during the meet.
The
Pakistan Foreign Minister said they have been expressing regret in various ways after 1974. They think it is time to move forward, forgetting the past.
Qais said that Bangladesh will continue demanding an apology from Pakistan, but the country keeps evading the issue.
This was not a meeting to get any outcome over any issue, and there was no such scope. Definitely we'll pursue this matter in the future.
Later in the day, Hina Rabbani met Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at Ganabhavan and handed over the invitation letter from the Pakistan Prime Minister to attend the upcoming D8 summit. Later in the evening, the visiting Pakistani minister met opposition chief Khaleda Zia. From there, she went to the airport to leave for Pakistan.
Visiting Pakistan Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Khar said that Bangladesh and Pakistan have similarities in culture and religion, which is why they have close relations. She made the comment after visiting opposition chief Khaleda Zia. Hina Rabbani called on Khaleda Zia at her Gulshan residence this afternoon. The leaders held a half-an-hour meeting there. However, neither the BNP nor the Pakistan delegation made any comment over the meeting's agenda. Hina Rabbani later told journalists that she came with a message and hoped that the message will strengthen bilateral relations. Meanwhile, BNP chairperson's advisor Shamsher Mobin Chaudhry told journalists that no important issues were discussed at the meeting because Hina Rabbani was in Bangladesh on a courtesy tour.
I just want to say that I bring the message of a future between our relations which is strong, which is guided by the strong bonds of religion, of cultural affinity that exists between the two people and the two countries, and we hope that the future for the two countries will even be better than.
BNP leaders say that the government is blaming Dr Yunus without basis for discouraging foreign direct investment. They ask the government to stop doing so and instead to utilize Dr Yunus's genius to help the poor people of the country. The BNP leaders also asked the government to reveal the names of the people who looted millions of taka of the taxpayers' money.
Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit yesterday blamed Dr. Yunus for discouraging foreign direct investment to Bangladesh. At a human chain program in the capital, Opposition Chief Whip Jainul Abdin Farooq criticized the government today for blaming Dr. Yunus. He added that the Finance Minister is blaming Dr. Yunus for damaging the country's economy rather than disclosing the names of the perpetrators of the hallmark and other scams.
As a veteran minister of the government, you depicted the current financial predicament of the economy in your speech. We thank you for this.
At another program, senior BNP leader Rafiqul Islam Mia said that the government is trying to malign notable personalities.
There cannot be a greater lie than this. The government is trying to malign others, but no one can gain dignity by abusing others.
The BNP leaders also said that the opposition will join parliament if the government places a bill for the restoration of the caretaker government system.
Meanwhile, Awami League Joint General Secretary Mahbubul Alam Hanif has said that Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit's comment on Dr. Yunus is entirely his personal opinion. At a program in Kushtia today, Hanif added that the statement does not reflect the Awami League's official stance over Dr. Yunus.
Many articles have been written and many discussions have been held in the country regarding Dr. Yunus. Dr. Yunus has very good international connections. If he loves the country, then he will be able to contribute significantly to the country's development. And if he does so, then we will understand that he really loves this country.
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has alleged that some vested quarters are plotting to disrupt the peaceful atmosphere in the country. The Premier urged everyone to resist this. Sheikh Hasina made the comments after inaugurating an international conference to mark a Buddhist religious occasion in the capital today.
Some vested quarters want to disrupt peace in the country. People should resist this. These vested quarters never believe in the independence of Bangladesh. They don't want communal harmony in Bangladesh. They don't even want the socio-economic development of the people.
Meanwhile, Home Minister Mohiuddin Khan Alamgir has urged young people to catch and hand over to the police anyone who tries to create anarchy in the country. He made the call at a rally in the capital today. The Home Minister said that the police showed restraint during the violence carried out by Jamaat Shibir activists on the 5th and 6th of November. He also urged everyone to resist activists of the BNP and the Jamaat wherever they are seen. President of the Workers' Party, Bangladesh, Rashid Khan Menon, who was also present at the program, said that the BNP-Jamaat alliance started mayhem to foil the war crimes trial and also to disrupt communal harmony in the country. BNP chairperson Khalida Zia left Dhaka for Ramu this afternoon to see the Buddhist temples and homes affected in the recent violence. The leader of the opposition is expected to stay in Chittagong Circuit House tonight. She will leave Chittagong for Ramu tomorrow morning. The BNP chief is likely to address a roadside rally in Chakaria in Cox's Bazar on her way to Ramu. She will also speak at a rally in Ramu after inspecting the vandalized Buddhist temples. Khalida Zia will return to Dhaka after visiting Buddhist areas in Ukhuya on Sunday morning. BNP Acting General Secretary Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has alleged that the government is carrying out planned attacks on party activists in order to subdue the opposition. He made the allegation at a media briefing in the capital today. Fakhrul said that the attack on the rally by BNP leader Moin Khan in Noshindi on the 7th of November is part of a government plan. He demanded that the attacks be punished. On a different note, the BNP leader said that the government will be compelled to hold national elections under a caretaker government. It's time for a short break now, but here's what's coming up after the break. 48 passengers of the boat that capsized in the bay on Wednesday are still missing. Relatives lose hope of finding them alive. The Dhaka South City Corporation has secretly acquired land from the Azimpur graveyard to widen an adjacent road. Welcome back. You're watching Independent News. We'll take a look at the headlines once again. Bangladesh asks Pakistan to apologize for the genocide carried out during the War of Liberation. Foreign Minister Deepa Moni makes her call to her counterpart Hina Rabbani Khar today. BNP leaders criticize the government for blaming Dr Yunus without any basis. Awami League Joint General Secretary Hanif says Muhid's statement is entirely personal. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina accuses vested quarters of plotting to disrupt peace in the country. The Home Minister urges young people to remain alert against attempts at anarchy. We continue the news, but with Adnan Hussain here. All yours.
Thank you. The authorities say that 48 passengers of the boat that capsized in the bay on Wednesday are still missing. So far, 2 bodies have been found from the bay. Relatives are losing hope of finding them alive. The trawler was heading towards Malaysia with 110 people on board. Most of the passengers were rescued by the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard has filed a case against 23 people over the incident. They accused of 5 middlemen and 18 rescued passengers. Meanwhile, the police said that the human traffickers operate in Cox's Bazar and in areas adjacent to the bay as Rohingyas joined local people in trying to migrate to Malaysia illegally. The Dhaka South City Corporation has acquired land from the Azimpur graveyard to widen a road. A new boundary wall is being constructed inside the graveyard. Once the inner wall is complete, the outer wall will be taken down. The work is being done secretly.
Due to the acute shortage of space at the Azimpur graveyard, on many instances people have been buried over existing graves. But now, the city corporation has acquired land from the graveyard to broaden an adjacent road. The new boundary walls are being built maintaining secrecy. Many visiting graves of relatives at the graveyard expressed their dissatisfaction.
There are no high-rise buildings here, so they could have taken private land instead.
I find it unacceptable for a road to be built over the graves of my relatives.
Hafizul Islam, the Imam al-Mayyat or the person in charge of the Azimpur graveyard, said that they did not have any option regarding the land acquisition. He, however, declined to talk on camera. Zillar Rahman, the administrator of the Dhaka South City Corporation, said that the initiative to broaden the road is for the welfare of the people. Regarding maintaining secrecy, he said that it was done as a greater publicity could have resulted in lawsuits hindering the work.
Because of the position of the road and the structure of adjacent houses, there was no alternative. The city corporation also does not have adequate funds. If we demolished the outer wall first, thousands of people would have come to me immediately demanding an explanation. My target is to demolish the outer wall quickly after the inner wall has been built. I cannot worry about other implications.
People visiting the graveyard have asked authorities to look for alternative to broaden the road.
As part of its election promise, the ruling Awami League wants to complete the trial of war criminals and carry out trial verdicts within its current tenure. H.T. Imam, the Public Administration Affairs Advisor to the Prime Minister, said that the party's manifesto for the next election will emphasize efforts to turn Bangladesh into a middle-income country.
A major role in bringing a landslide victory for the Awami League in the last general election. Analysts said that the party election manifesto, highlighting the trial of war criminals, played an important role in attracting young voters. The Grand Alliance government, led by the Awami League, wants to uphold its promise and complete the trial of war criminals.
We hope the pronouncement of verdicts in the trials of war criminals will begin from December. The hearing on these trials are almost complete. If this issue is not resolved, it will be damaging for us. We want to move forward by resolving this issue. We do not want to look back anymore. We want things done conclusively and then move forward in a constructive manner. I hope things will conclude this year or by January or February next year. All trials can't be completed, but at least the trial of the main criminals will be concluded.
The Awami League manifesto for the upcoming election will accommodate promises to complete the development work undertaken during the current tenure. It will also include the practice of a non-communal democratic system, improvements in health care, housing and other civic amenities. A specific plan to achieve the Vision 2021 will also be included in the manifesto.
Our main responsibility will be to reach the targets we have set and to complete the projects which we have started but could not finish during this term. The manifesto for the next election will aim at turning the nation into a middle-income country by the year 2021. This is our main target.
H.T. Imam said that the party is preparing for the next general election. He said that election-related responsibilities will be given to leaders after the party council meeting scheduled for the next month.
Thousands of people around the world have signed an online petition calling for Malala Yousafzai to be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. The Pakistani schoolgirl was shot in the head by the Taliban. Doctors in the UK say that she is making good progress. Saturday has been declared as Global Day of Action in Malala's name. It is aimed at getting at place at schools for 32 million girls around the world who are not attending classes. Malala's father said she's grateful, amazed and humbled that people around the world are interested in her well-being. The Tigers have been sharpening their claws before the upcoming test match against visiting West Indies. The test will be played on the 13th of November at the Sher-e-Bangla National Stadium at Mirpur. Meanwhile, the Bangladesh Cricket Board has already announced the squad for the first test. Newcomers Abul Hassan and Shohag Ghazi have been included in the test squad. On the other hand, the West Indies cricket team passed the day at their hotel today. They will start practice tomorrow. That's all from me. Back to you, Sakawat.
Thank you very much. And I think that's all we have time for. We'll continue with more news which you can get and updates which you can get from independent television through your mobile phones. For breaking news, go to your mobile message option, type *B and send to 16232. For daily news updates, type *DN and send to 16232. You can also call 16232 from any operator to listen to the latest headlines in Bangla. That's all we have from the English News Desk this evening. We'll be back tomorrow at our usual time. Thank you for watching and good night.
Good night.